Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to today's opinions video. And I wanted to do something based on Bad Blood. It is the next PLE and I think we're about to enter a very important week. We know that next week is WWE week and I think we're going to see a lot of feuds and a lot of things finish and things start and things get cemented. And I wouldn't be shocked if by the end of this week we've got a really good picture as to what we're going to get at Bad Bloods. So with that being said, what 6 matches, and I went for 6, kind of feel like 6 is the number we might end up with. What 6 matches would you hope to see at Bad Bloods? Now, this is a tricky one because, you know, I would love to see Uncle Howdy against a heel Randy Orton, but it's not going to happen. So if anyone has gone down those kind of fantasy roads, then absolutely fine. There was no kind of stipulation here. It was literally, what do you hope to see? I have gone a bit more realistic, though. So there is no Uncle Howdy on this for me, or Wyatt 6. They might feature, but the word on the street is they're not going to. It's not a very loud word on the street, though, so they absolutely could. But I've got 6 matches without really even trying, and I think these are going to be featuring in a lot of people's. I don't know that we're all going to have the exact same. I hope not, but I'll tell you the 6 that I've got. And then we'll see, obviously, if people are on the same wavelength. So I'm thinking Liv Rhea. I think a lot of people will be on Liv Rhea because last pay-per-view, of course, premium live event, it was the tag match. Rhea got the pin. So now that sets up the title match, right? So Liv Rhea makes sense. First one I put down. Damian Finn. For the same reason, Damian was in the tag team with Rhea, but he has got a big feud that he needs to get his teeth into, and that is with Finn Balor. So that makes sense. Drew Punk is an absolute no-brainer, right? Absolute no-brainer. I don't know that we'll see Punk on Monday. I sort of hope we don't. I think he still needs to sell that brutal beatdown. So I'm going to go Drew Punk. Sammy Gunther, I don't know if that's going to be at Bad Bloods. I'm guessing it is. I don't know that Cody's going to be on this show. He probably will be, but at the moment I'm thinking Sammy will get his title opportunity and we'll put it for Bad Bloods. So I've got Sammy Gunther. Then these are the 2 that I think people are going to have the most fun with. I've gone Xavier Kofi. I would really like that. I don't know what the Odyssey Jones story was building towards, but if it was going to be a turn and we were going to get New Day splitting and going up against each other, then maybe Bad Blood was where we were going to get that match. So I've gone Xavier Kofi. And then the other tag team that look like they're going to split is Theory and Grayson. So Theory and Grayson are my final pick. And honestly, I'm just so ready for them to split. That has been teased and teased and teased and teased. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done and let's get that match underway. So there might be a few moans that out of the 6 matches, there's only 1 women's match. I could understand that, but it's not, I've not done it that way. I've not looked at it and gone, oh, you're women, you're guys. I mean, there's no tag matches there. I've literally just gone with the stories that I think probably are going to make it onto that cards. If things go the way we're thinking they might do so. Those are my 6, but let's have a look at your 6. So Raymond says, I've gone Rhea Liv. I've gone Cody Jacob. Ooh. Wyatt 6 or just a Howdy match. Who against though? Who against? Would you keep the American Made story going? Or do we get to move on to something new? I really think this American Made story is done. How many times do we need to beat American Made? How many times does Chad Gable need to be humbled? I think whatever we do on Monday, it should end it. Braun against Bronson Reed. That's fun. I really like that. After what happened the other week, I really like that shout. Bailey versus Nia, I would have Tiffany cash in, and Damian versus Finn Balor. Some good ones there. I like that. Sam said Cody against heel Kevin. Ooh, like it. Rhea against Liv. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, they sort of teased that the other day, didn't they? Braun Breaker versus the winner of the tournament. Yeah, good shout. Good, I forgot about that. I know they said that the winner gets the title shot, but I don't know if they said it was at Bad Bloods. But it's a good shout. CM Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. Don't think they're going to pull the trigger on Roman Solo yet. No, I don't expect that. Watson said Drew Punk. Yeah, Braun Bronson. Damian, Jay, and Bad Bunny taking on Judgment Day. Rhea, Liv, Hell in a Cell. Drew Punk, Hell in a Cell as well. Gunther versus Sammy with Bret Hart. That would be awesome. With Bret being involved. Solo and Jacob against Cody and Roman. Whoa. Could you imagine how big that match would be? With Cody and Roman on the same team. Could you imagine that? Oh. That's big. That's big. Sam said Solo versus Roman for the WWE title. So Solo wins on Friday. That's what I'm guessing. So you're thinking Solo wins on Friday and then defends against Roman. Could go that way. Drew versus Punk, Hell in a Cell. Gunther, Sammy, sadly World Heavyweight Championship. Bronson, Braun. Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. Oh, yeah, you could always use that. And Andrade versus Carmelo. Some really good ones here, you know. I was worried we were all going to be the same, but no one said Kofi Xavier, and we're not getting Theory Grayson. But Braun Bronson, I think, is a good shout. Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. Gunther, Sammy, Cody, Randy, Rhea, Liv, Finn and JD versus Jay and Damian. I don't mind that at all, actually. That's quite clever. Knight versus Melo versus Andrade. Wrestling fans since day one said Drew versus CM Punk, 3 stages of hell. Liv versus Rhea. Sammy versus Gunther. Jay versus Braun Breaker. Yeah, Jay could get to the final, couldn't he? So then he wouldn't be able to partner Damian. Cody versus Solo. Bailey versus Nia. Do you know, I'm so excited. The more I'm reading these suggestions, the more excited I'm getting. I think this card's going to be so good. Lee Moriarty said Randy versus Cody. Roman versus Solo. Braun versus Jay. Liv versus Rhea. CM Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. And Gunther, Ilya. Ron said Wyatt versus Judgment Day. Punk versus Gunther. Damage Control against Fire and Dawn. I don't who's Fire? Oh, Alba, Fire, and Isla Dawn. Got you. I think they're called Unholy Union. And actually, there was a trademark, a trademark that's just been submitted again for Unholy Union. So I think they're going to run with that. Braun versus Jay. Terror Twins against Liv and Finn. Kevin versus Cody. So another Kevin Cody. NJ94 said Roman versus Solo. Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. Damian versus Finn. Uncle Howdy against Chad. So you would keep that going. Rhea versus Liv. Cody versus heel Kevin Owens. I don't think Gunther or Nia will defend on this card. Junior said, I'll be there. So I'm just praying for a good card. I think you're going to get one. There's some great suggestions here. A Howdy or a Wyatt match would be awesome. It would. I just don't know you're going to get it. I also feel like Roman and Cody versus Solo and Jacob would be really interesting. But they might save that for Saudi. Yeah. Matthew said Punk versus Drew 3, Hell in a Cell. Jacob versus Cody, Last Man Standing. Jay versus Braun. Damian versus Finn. Rhea versus Liv. And Andrade versus Carmelo. Winner faces LA Knight. So you would do Andrade, Melo. Oh, I've got you. I wondered what the 7 was, but you're saying do a best of 7. So they would be 3-3, and the winner of that would then go on to face LA Knight. Got you. Right, Real Wrestling Fan said Cody versus Roman, Punk versus Drew, Liv versus Rhea, Gunther versus Sheamus. That would be fun. Nikki Cross versus Ivy. That would be fun. LA Knight against Sami Zayn. Alex said Liv versus Rhea, Hell in a Cell. Drew versus CM Punk, Hell in a Cell. Braun versus Jay. Damian versus Finn. Cody against heel Kevin. Carmelo Andrade. Final match of a best of 7. I do like that. That's funny how that's just now starting to get mentioned, but I do like that. Mary says Kevin against Austin Theory. Drew versus CM Punk. Roman versus Solo. Cody versus Jacob. Cody Jacob would bang. Bailey versus Tiffany. And Rhea and Damian versus Dominic and Liv. Got you. RB said CM Punk versus Drew. Rhea versus Liv. Dom in a shark cage. Braun versus Elia. Priest versus Balor. Strowman versus Bronson, no holds barred. Cody versus Jacob, undisputed title. Henry says Rhea versus Liv. Cody versus Jacob, falls count anywhere. Damian versus the Demon Finn Balor. Demon Finn Balor. CM Punk versus Drew. Hell in a Cell, brackets, bracelet. Bracelet's dead. Or at least it better be. Knight versus Carmelo versus Andrade. Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso for the IC title. Soma Bra said Cody versus Kevin. Braun versus Jay. Rhea versus Liv. Finn Balor versus Damian. Solo versus Roman. Fingers crossed if not. Then Knight versus Carmella versus... That's a step down, isn't it? So you would like Solo versus Roman, but if we don't get that, then LA Knight versus Carmelo versus Andrade. That is a step down. Still be a banging match, though. CM Punk versus Drew. Hell in a Cell. Brendan says Braun Strowman wins. Nathan said CM Punk versus Drew. Hell in a Cell. Braun versus Elia IC. Uncle Howdy against Gable. Bailey versus Nia. Gunther versus Sammy. Finn versus Damian Priest. Batman the Savior said Cody versus Owens, undisputed title. Rhea versus Liv. Braun versus the winner of the tournament. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo. Gunther versus Sammy. Then the match that should main event, CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Oh. Yep, very good. Right, Invisible Guest said Liv versus Rhea. Punk versus Drew, Hell in a Cell. And Liv Rhea's Hell in a Cell. Finn versus Damian, no DQ. Jay versus Braun. Nia versus Bailey. And a triple threat for the US title. Luca said Cody versus heel KO. Drew versus Punk. Finn versus Damian. Braun versus Jay. Liv versus Rhea. And Uncle Howdy versus someone, probably Chad. Yeah, no one has said Xavier Kofi, which I do agree it would be a bit... Well, it would be a bit quick, I suppose. I mean, it feels like we've been teasing it forever. So for the split to happen and then for us to go to a match. But we've still got so much time because Bad Blood's not until early October. So we've still got like 4 weeks. So if Xavier turns or Kofi turns in 2 weeks, we've still got 2 weeks. So could happen, but I do get why no one's saying it. I do understand. Dylan said, I just want to see some classic Hell in a Cells, and I hope it's Punk versus Drew 3. OP 3-way said, Women's World, Rhea versus Liv, dog collar. Imagine a women's dog collar. Triple threat IC title, Braun, Bronson. Theory versus Waller. Finn and JD versus Damian and a mystery. Who would be the mystery partner, though? Who would that be? Finn and JD versus Damian, the mystery partner. Jay? It would have to be, wouldn't it? It'd have to be Jay. Jey Uso. Yeet. Drew versus Punk, Hell in a Cell. And Cody versus Kevin Owens. Oh. Did I click off? Oh, no. What's spam? Aqua Mace Ent, you are probably spamming. I just need you to know that. That's not me saying it. That is Elon Musk saying that you are probably spamming. Let's read it and see. All I really want to see is Wyatt 6 versus American Maids inside Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's spam. That's definitely spam. I've just read it out loud and that is definitely spam. So, Aqua Mace Ent. Do better. Yeah, Be better. Don't be... Next time you take part, and I hope you do, try to not be probable spam. Thank you. Right, should we have a look at this? A couple of boomers. Is that the Jacksonville Jaguars? So there we go. Joe Hendry is applauding. So that's nice. And Jordan Grace is doing an open challenge on NXT, but that's not an NXT title because we live in some bonkers worlds now where like the TNA title is about to be defended on NXT, like that is being defended on that, and it's all very weird, isn't it? It's all very strange. Hey, what's this? September 6th, couple of days ago. So 3-time world champion, 2-time... Whoa, I've not seen this. Haters gonna hate. What's going on? Bobby said no, he does not. Is this about him going in the Hall of Fame? Just because someone dies doesn't mean they deserve a Hall of Fame entry. Got you. Okay, I see what we're doing. It's sad, but unfortunately, he did not get the chance to put in the time and the work needed to satisfy the thought of Hall of Fame. Just stop. Well, that was Bobby. Let's see what Jason says. Jason said, so a 3-time world champion, 2-time tag team champion, elimination chamber winner, top 10 all-time highest merch sellers in WWE. Is that true? Is that true? Is he top 10 all-time highest merch sellers? Is that true? I mean, listen, he goes in the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous for anyone to say he doesn't, right? Ridiculous. But just put that to one side. Is that true? It must be if he's saying it. That's incredible if that is true. That's incredible. On top of being a loving father, husband, and a friend, not to mention arguably the most creative person to ever put on boots, doesn't warrant a Hall of Fame ballot, ? Not according to Bobby. Jason, you make some excellent points, but Bobby says no. No, Bobby says no. I wonder if these comments are going to be kind to Bobby. Should we have a little walk? What's going on? What's happening here? The most frustrating thing about the wrestling fandom, I want to see people go after Bobby. Cook this dumb MFer, Jason. Yeah. Yeah, it's not worth giving people like this attention, says Kiki. The important people who make the decisions are the people that matter. Bray is universally loved. I'd say his chances are very high. Chances aren't high. Chances are certain. It's a certainty. It's like night following day. Bray Wyatt's untouchable. He had a Hall of Fame career as it is. Dude who said he's not a Hall of Famer is obviously an idiot. Yeah! Andrew said absolutely disgusting. It's the perfect time to induct Wyndham. No one did it better. Irish Neep says time to cook. Too bad you didn't say that to him when he was alive. He 10,000% does, Jason. This dude is why I hate social media. Very underrated. Good wrestler too. People forget, said Joe. It's another keyboard warrior, said Daniel. He had a very good career. Hall of Fame for him is very well deserved. That's good. Some people forget that the great Carly is a Hall of Famer, said Big Husk. That's only the beginning. You go, Jason. Oh, I wanted more personal attacks. This person is an effing idiot. Yeah! Say it loud for those at the back. Bray for Hall of Fame, says legendary Broly. Sean said there's always going to be those that doubt, but you, his family, and the rest of us Fireflies all know that he deserves to be a member of the Hall of Fame. F this dude, said Shane. That's good. God, I hate these morons. You tell him, Jason. He absolutely 100% deserves to go into the Hall of Fame. This is quite satisfying, actually. More personal attacks, come on. More personal attacks. Make it more personal. Bray deserves it. This dude really made, hands down, one of the worst tweets posts ever. Very few have the charisma that Bray had. Not to mention his vision. Yeah. Oh, you could have gone further. Lol, they have 27 followers. I wouldn't worry too much about what they think. Real fans and anyone with a working brain knows that he deserves a Hall of Fame induction. That was alright. That was alright. I don't think any 3-time world champion will ever miss out on Hall of Fame. Couldn't have said it better, said Shelley. Tell him, Jason, said Jake. In my mind, it does. Cook them up. Some people talk just to talk, said Captain Keith. He more than deserves it. Ratio, that effing bum, said J8. Yeah, ratio. Oh, look, a Jody mention. Jody would have taught this troll a new a-hole. I chose to be nicer. So this is my take on his dumbass and tone-deaf opinion. He's an idiot. Here's the thing. WWE Hall of Fame, it's not a real sports Hall of Fame. Too wordy. Too wordy. You meant to cook him. Plus, he was a backstage mentor. Honestly, sometimes people should do research before they open their mouth, said Henny. He deserves it so much, said Iggy. The level of stupidity on some people, and then some people just want to hate just because. F you, Bobby. Oh, that one's good. Do I follow that person? No, I do now. Do you know what? Sometimes you can just use too many words, can't you? But that says it all, doesn't it? Yes! Yes! That's exactly what I said! Top 10 in merch. Is this true? Is that true? Do I follow you because you ask good questions? Yeah. I was surprised. In a pleasant way. Oh, hello, what's this? Please exercise caution if purchasing from this store, as it is part of an AI-generated network of stores selling drop-shipped products. The products may be priced higher than normal, be unfit for purpose, or may not ship at all. Who are you? Vierixon. Protect your air fryer. She doesn't even... I don't think she's even really old. Even she's not really old. What's going on? They've put a young boot. Look at her hands. If she was that old, her hands would show age. This one too. What's that one, is it? Did she just drop it onto the surface? Yeah, we have those. Yeah, we have those. They're fine. I wouldn't buy them from this company. You can get them anywhere. You can get them anywhere. Don't need to buy them off these boomers. Boop, 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 boop. Looks nice, doesn't it? Boop, boop. But why is she pretending to be... What's that about? What's the start about? This is all about keeping your air fryer clean. So what's this bit about? Why is she pretending to be old, and why is she all jittery? Is she being held hostage? Has someone kidnapped a woman, dressed them up as an old woman, and said, put the shrimp in the air fryer? And she's like, yeah, okay. Look, she drops it on the counter. I don't know what this is. We'll do it again. And the cameraman moves the thing away. She's about to put it in there, and he's like, nope. Nope. Let's do it again. What, you boomer? What's this? What is this? Zoink. What's that got to do with this? What has that got to do with any of this? What's that got to do with this? That is bonkers. Listen, we could sit here and keep talking all night long. I hope you enjoyed this video. Really appreciate everyone leaving their feedback. We'll have another opinions video for you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.